Good morning and welcome to the 2014 awards ceremony. Today we will be recognizing some of our brightest and most talented young men and women. So listen closely to their names, because no doubt we'll be reading about and hearing about their names and their contributions to society in the years to come. We'll begin our program this morning by recognizing the very top student in each department with the Outstanding Subject Award. Students, as I call your name, please come to the stage. And I would ask that all of you would hold your applause until all the names have been read. In Chinese, Raika Segal. In engineering, we have Shane Rosenlevy. In English, Edith Enright. In journalism, Taylor Haas. In mathematics, Bharath Srivatsan. In physical education, Victoria Chow. In health, Caitlin Loy. In science, Edith Enright. In social studies, again, Bharath Srivatsan. In art, Treat Swarsted. In dance, Alexandria Conkey. In music, Deepti Veritan. In theater, Jimmy Shin. And in world languages, Sarah Anderson. Thank you all. Congratulations. You may return to your seats. Our next presenter is Miss Katie Freeman.
Her high-level understanding of the interconnectedness of both human and ecological issues, along with her passion and conviction to make a change in our world, are a powerful combination. Right from the beginning, as a freshman, this student could be found packing boxes of necessities to be sent to children in need in Cambodia. As a 10th grader, she was co-founder of Village Hope. Her leadership vision and strong organizational skills have helped to establish a sustainable club. Highly involved with GIN, she's attended several GIN conferences. She was co-advisor of the middle school GIN and was instrumental in planning and implementing GIN Sing. Currently, Action Committee Secretary, she's elected as president for GIN next year. Currently secretary and the incoming vice president of SAVE. You can thank her for your SAS uniform shirts next year being made out of recycled plastic. Currently, she is also acting president, as well as your incoming president for next year's Executive Service Council. When you ask people about this student, what you hear is selfless leader, always happy, always ready to go. If we could clone her, I think we could solve most of the world's problems in a couple of weeks. It's my honor to present the Air Coast Global Citizenship Award to Kaylin Kuzo. Presenting our next award is Dr. Stewart.
Good morning. Each year, the National Merit Scholarship Program recognizes U.S. citizens who took the PSAT exam in October of their junior year and have scored in the top 3% of all students worldwide. All of these individuals are great students who have excelled amongst their peers around the world. We are proud to have 16 of these students receiving letters of commendation this year. Would the following students please join me on stage as I read your names? Please hold your applause until everyone is on stage. Edward, come on up. Serene, Elizabeth, Alexander, Alfred, Madison, William, Casey, Thomas, Kevin, John, Kayla, Rika, Deepti, and Yo-Yo. I think I read the names too quickly. Come on over, guys. Come over this way. I think you should have just handed random ones out there, and then you guys can trade. Yeah. Well, man, your name's on top. You can trade it later. I would want yours. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. U.S. citizens scoring in the top 1% of all students taking the PSAT receive a certificate of merit. There are 1.6 million students who write the exam, and this is a true accomplishment to be in the top 1% of all of these students. Would the following 4 students please join me on stage? Sarah Anderson, Edith Enright, Catherine Lee, and Michael Toke. Standing out amongst their peers are 2 students who have also been recognized and received the National Merit Scholarship for university next year. Those 2 students are Sarah Anderson and Edith Enright. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. Next, we will have Mr. Floyd Smith from SACAC presenting the next award.
Hi, good morning. Each year, SACAC presents 3 scholarship opportunities to SACAC members that have not only participated intensely in all of our programming, but also have gone on to provide coaching, mentoring, and other volunteer internship services. This year we have 3 that we would like to recognize. If you want to go ahead and put those up now. We have Casey Hahn, who has spent years in the gymnastics program, both as a participant and then she spent the last 3 years coaching for us. Sam Devine, who credits his first made free throw, his first soccer goal, his first home run, his first walk-off hit as a true SACAC kid. So that's a really good thing. And then also Tucker Erdman, who's also participated in the baseball program for years, ending up as umpiring coach for the SACAC Rec League and also with the SACAC Baseball Academy. So we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you guys truly for not just participating, but also to help the next generation of SACAC athletes going forward. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to present Lon Fisher and Christy Swanbeck with the Booster Club.
It is my pleasure as president of the Booster Club to present this year's scholarship awards. Established in 2006, this award seeks to recognize individuals who have made a positive impact on building school spirit. Candidates for this scholarship demonstrate not only a commitment to the school, but also a generous spirit and a desire to help and inspire others. Students were asked to write a 500-word essay on how they served as a booster of school spirit and how this has contributed to their overall high school experience at SAS. A committee consisting of high school teachers and booster board members evaluated the essays using blind grading. Each winner will receive a check in the amount of $1,000. And now we are pleased to announce the 10 recipients of the Booster Senior Spirit Award.
I will share a brief narrative about each student. When I announce your name, please come to the stage and remain. Generating school spirit is not easy when vastly outnumbered by supporters of the home team. But this executive council member finds that even a tiny group of 7 boisterous fans can change an outcome of a game. Alex Buin. Spreading positive school culture, this recipient championed using words of encouragement to foster spirit among students, staff, and the SAS community. Risha Dewan. Serving on peer support, organizing teacher compliments for Staff Appreciation Day, promoting teamwork and displaying good sportsmanship are the many ways in which he contributes to building school spirit. Tucker Erdman. On the path to challenging herself with the unfamiliar, this student developed a passion for touch rugby and helped to spread the excitement by encouraging others to join and advocating team spirit. Zarima Greco. As his contribution to the theater culture, this student co-founded the Improv Theater Club, building a solid membership, connecting students, inspiring confidence, and encouraging a love for the stage. Simon Grigg. Through his contribution to the sports culture by announcing SAFL games, IASAS events, and strategizing with Mr. Creans to organize Friday Night Lights, He encouraged more attendance at non-IASAS games and boosted our school spirit. Jack Michalski. Through her speeches, this individual encouraged her peers to stand up for what is right and wrong, advocated against the use of derogatory words at the Peace Initiative Assembly, and spoke against bullying and bystanders. Bina Perek. Creator of the group Pitches, this senior found a common ground to bring the students together. She writes that I feel that Pitches have helped me embody the school spirit by softening the divide between cliques, uniting the student body with music. Anna Robison. This passionate animator contributes his skills to promote the morning show, help in filming school events, and assist fellow students with film projects. He is one of the lead organizers for this year's graduation video, Taus Whitaker. Known for her enthusiasm and her untamed Elvis Presley gyrating dance moves, this student council member strives to build a sense of community and works hard to create spirit activities that involve the whole student body. Katie Wilhoit. Congratulations to all the winners. You can return to your seats. The next presenters are Becky Mosley, President of PTA, and Shelby Pazos, Vice President.
Good morning. As president of the PTA, this year it is my privilege, along with Shelby Pazos, to present the 2014 PTA Senior Scholarships. Before we make the presentation, I would like to extend a special appreciation to all the parents, teachers, administrators, and other PTA supporters, as well as the students whose generosity and hard work throughout the year make these awards possible. The PTA has traditionally supported and recognized excellence and achievement. This morning, as we present this year's awards, we continue to honor that tradition by presenting scholarships in the amount of 5,000 Singapore dollars each to 6 outstanding graduating seniors. These scholarships will go directly to the college or university the recipients have chosen to attend to offset their tuition. In addition, this year, due to some extraordinary circumstances, we have decided to honor 2 other students with honorable mention scholarships. Shelby?
Good morning. The following excerpts for each candidate were largely taken from their PTA scholarships as well as their council recommendations. When I say your name, please come up to the stage. This accomplished young woman states that in her upbringing, fluency is a word often used in conjunction with education, and that her parents are living examples that education allows a person to choose their own destiny. On her own journey, she found in Hermione Granger, the female heroine in the Harry Potter series, a female role model for whom bossy was not an insult, but a benediction, and whose value lay not solely in academic excellence, but in a core set of values based on fairness, integrity, and independence. Her literary role model has influenced her such that she embodies these very traits herself, as she receives outstanding marks for academic achievement, extracurricular accomplishments, and character. She will be attending the University of Pennsylvania in the fall. Congratulations, Serene Benjafar. For this accomplished young woman, the complexities of friendships, relationships with elders, and mentors takes a particular view through the lens of Carnatic music. Not only did it teach her much about her own culture and history while living abroad, but helped her connect with her heritage during the long hours of vocal exercises and lessons. The stunning oscillations of the Raja have become loving mentors in this young woman's life, providing her with structure and balance for everyday life. Described as falling in the top 1% for academic, extracurricular, and character by her counselor, she will be attending Harvey Mudd in the fall. Congratulations, Ramita Kondapudi. This accomplished young woman found humility through dance, which she describes as not her biggest strength, but one of her greatest passions, teaching her the importance of pursuing passions because they enrich our lives and our community. Like her heroine Maggie in the film $1 Million Baby, she embraces difficulty by seeking help in difficult situations and never giving up. Her summer internship in pharmaceutical research, academic achievements, musical accomplishments are all testimony to her character and perseverance. She'll be attending Northwestern in the fall. Congratulations, Christina Lee. This outstanding student strives to explore and question, seeks to be reflective, and not just accept things at face value. This is exemplified by her volunteering at 4 a.m. on Sunday mornings at the Tan Tong Sang Hospital. She sits with recovering and elderly patients as a result of doing so and is provided with a sense of satisfaction that makes getting up at 3:30 a.m. on a Saturday worth it. Singlish is described as her secret skill, which allows the student to connect with the subtleties of traditional Singapore in a way which bridges and connects it with the new and shining Singapore. Her outstanding academic and extracurricular achievements will see her at Rice University in the fall. Congratulations, Yin Ing. This outstanding student impresses on many fronts, his academic accomplishments as well as his extracurricular activities. However, his outstanding essay on public speaking at the Yale Young Global Scholars Program gives us insight into his love of public speaking, his interest in humanitarian crises, and his passion for finding innovative solutions to a range of pressing global issues. His awards are many, but his versatility and fearlessness promise an exciting future. He'll be attending Princeton University in the fall. Congratulations, Bharath Srivasan. This exemplary student has received outstanding academic, extracurricular, and character achievement. She has a name that inspires, giggles, nicknames, creative opportunities, and some embarrassing stories. And she chooses to brace all of this with a grace and determination to work on the things she can control and she can change. Like the art of Georgia O'Keeffe that inspired her and the realization that it's the legacy of our actions that leave an impact. She has left an impact in the community around her and will be attending the University of Chicago in the fall. Congratulations, Yo-Yo Wang. The PTA will be awarding 2 honorable mention scholarships this year for 2 young and bright students who actually tied. So would both Zachary Fairclough and Niharika Sharma come up? Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. And would Mimi and Kim Creans please come up for the IASAS Scholar Awards?
The IASAS Scholar Award is given on behalf of all 6 IASAS schools. The following criteria are used to determine the individuals who qualify for this very special distinction.
Recipients must have participated in at least 2 of the 7 IASAS events held during the current school year. These events could include any combination of cultural convention, mathematics, MUN, or varsity athletics.
The student must have achieved high honor status for first 3 marking periods of the academic year. The high honor roll is reserved for the students with a GPA of 3.7 or higher.
Finally, the student must also exhibit exemplary behavior. First-year recipients of the IASAS Scholar Award are, ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until they're all on stage. Maddie Kingen for cross country and music, Samantha McCabe, volleyball, basketball, and softball, Emma Gordon, soccer, basketball, and track, Emma Blair Hall, tennis and track, Zoe Bonnet, volleyball and track, Daniel McConaughey, basketball and softball, Abigail Nathan, soccer, touch, and track, Jeremy Xiao, volleyball and rugby, Rohan Singh, volleyball, basketball, and debate, Sarah Anderson, MUN and impromptu, Zach Chaudhry, soccer and basketball, James Choi, MUN and music, Edith Enright, mathematics, impromptu, and oral interpretation, Jung Ha Lee, music and badminton, Isabel Peruco, MUN and original oratory, and Will Senior, cross country and track. Second-year recipients for this award are Jack Devins for cross country and track, Tess Nelligan for volleyball, basketball, and softball, Andrew Gong for MUN and debate, Arjun Malik for MUN debate and golf, Chris Schindel for soccer, basketball, and softball, Bharath Srivatsan for MUN extemporaneous speaking and mathematics. Finally, the third-year recipients for this prestigious award, Paula Hoffer for soccer, tennis, and track, and Thomas Milne for soccer, rugby, and track. I'd now like to introduce Ms. Kristen O'Connor.
Good morning. It is a privilege to be here to present the Student Female Athlete of the Award. This young lady participated in 3 sports. She ran cross country, she ran track, and she played touch rugby. She was also an integral member of bringing home 3 IASAS gold medals. However, this athlete is so much more than just the fast kid. Her touch rugby coach described her as a woman who plays with the mindset of a professional athlete. She's someone that goes in, she knows she has to do a job, she's willing to push herself to her best every single minute of every single training, and does the same for her teammates. As her track coach and big-time fan and cheerleader, this young lady really stood out not only for her competitiveness, but for the fact that she is a true team player. Many people view track as an individual sport, and so as a result, during IASAS, they run fewer events so that they can be fresher and win medals and break records for themselves. Instead, this athlete chose to run the maximum amount of events you can, 6, including 2 back-to-back 800s, something that I would wish on no one that I love. And she did it not because she knew she could win everything, but because she wanted to do the best she could for her team. In addition, she also not only pushed herself to the max, but pushed her teammates to the max as well. She set a goal for herself to break 60 seconds in the 400 meters, which is a big deal at this level, And not only did she succeed in doing that in the IASAS final, but she also brought her teammate along with her, Ananya, to do the same incredible feat. And watching her face as she did it, I knew that she was just as happy for Ananya's success as she was for her own. And that is exceptional. So I would like to say to this young lady, Ellie Conkey, it has been a pleasure to coach you and to watch you run. Congratulations, and it cuts us like a knife.
Good morning. I'm Jared Bildfeld, and I coach varsity boys volleyball, and I also have the honor of presenting the Male Athlete of the Year award. When you see an athlete perform at a high level, it's impressive. Grace, power, strength, agility, speed, and coordination are all on display. And you don't have to be an athlete to appreciate athletic performance, just as you don't have to be an artist to appreciate a masterpiece. As I have watched all of the Eagles perform in several sports this year, I have witnessed great athletic performance and achievement, along with wonderful displays of the Eagle way. Some athletes crave the spotlight and attention. This year's award winner is not one of those athletes. His performance and ability speak for themselves. Other athletes are specialized and excel in only one area, but this year's winner is versatile, with a natural ability to adapt to any implement, surface, and sport. Still, other athletes feel the need to announce that they are the leader and the best player on their team or in their chosen sport. This year's Athlete of the Year leads quietly by example, and when he performs, he silently leaves no doubt as to who is the best. I've had the pleasure of coaching and watching this young man perform on the volleyball court, rugby pitch, and track over the past 3 years. I appreciate his natural ability to play any sport he chooses and his quiet, calm, focused demeanor in competition. He has an outstanding skill set and has improved during his high school years to the point that he is a dominant athlete in his chosen activities. He is respected by his teammates and feared by his opponents, and when you watch him play, there is no question that he is a tremendously talented athlete. It is my pleasure to present the Athlete of the Year to a multiple IASAS gold medal winner, Vince Favati. Dr. Melson will present the next award.
The Teacher Educational Scholarship Award was created by staff of Singapore American School and is funded by personal donations from the staff and those matching funds from the SAS Endowment Award Fund. The foundation is, its foundation is based upon the staff's desire to reward a graduating senior with funding to pursue a degree in education. The requirements for the scholarships are the candidate must be accepted and enrolled in an educational degree program at a 4-year college or university. Complete the application process, which includes an essay and list of activities the student has been involved with, as well as a minimum GPA of a 3.3. This year's recipient has had the rare opportunity to see on a personal level what teaching is all about. She selected the Teacher Apprenticeship Interim Semester Program this year and continued to stay active with her students after the program was over. She is a member of the National Art Honor Society, the National Honor Society, and a member of the Food from the Heart Service Club. One of her teachers is quoted as saying, "She's a very diligent student that wants to do more than what is assigned. She wants to excel. She is an honest, kind, and caring and trustworthy student." In the words from her own essay, she says, "I love helping and watching the students develop from curiosity thinkers to masterful problem solvers." She has been accepted to the International Christian School in Tokyo, Japan. It is with great pleasure that, as a representative of the Singapore American School staff, that I present this year's scholarship award to Ms. Hannah Takaka. I'm going to mess it up. You know who you are. Our next presenter will be Ms. Diane Pratt and Ms. Martha Bagan.
So could we please have, as you see, we're doing the Outstanding Volunteerism and Service Award. Could we see, is the next slide have everyone's name on it? And could we have you come forward? Can you please come forward? Oscar, Haley, Rebecca, Ramita, Catherine, Miriam, Dina, Linda, Serene, and Clark. Thank you. So we have a short description of why we think, why these people have been chosen for this award. Oscar Edelman being first. Everyone wants this dedicated service member to be on their team. He is an outstanding leader and compassionate individual who puts the needs of others in front of his own. As an effective leader of many clubs, including Migrant Workers Outreach Program, Visionary Club, and Kiva Club, Oscar knows and does what is needed to fulfill the club's mission. He has high expectations, and club members respect this and want to come along to help support the club's cause. He creatively thinks about how things can get done better and is innovative in the approaches he comes up with. For the Migrant Workers Outreach Program, he used and organized social media to identify the needs of the migrant workers in our own community. This has moved the club to a whole new level of service within this community. Congratulations, Oscar, for this.
The next recipient of the Most Outstanding Service Award is Kaylin Quazzo. Kaylin gets it. If any faculty and students come to know even a fraction of what Kaylin is about, she will blow your mind. Kaylin dives into service with her whole heart and mind. Always cheery and willing to help out, Kaylin exhibits the spirit of service. She's involved in many clubs, including SAVE, GIN, and recently elected as president of both, Executive Service Council, to lead all the service groups together with her officers in the Service Council, and also as GIN Club president. Kaylin's a stalwart leader of Village Hope, bringing information and education to Cambodian farmers about the dangers and hazards of pesticides. She's a middle school co-advisor for GIN, and she organized the massive middle school coin craze that earned thousands of dollars by having the sides in the middle school compete against each other for how much money they could earn. And by putting a bill into the little bin, you would actually subtract money off your other side. So it worked really well, and the coin craze fundraiser earned more money than any other single group. She's a strong pillar and implementation of planning. Her executive functions are sky high. And thanks to Kaylin, as was mentioned earlier, next year your class polos, thank you Student Council, will be made from post-consumer plastic bottle waste. And they're not scratchy and they breathe well. And so our lovely colors of freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors will be actually from waste to wear. Thank you very much, Kaylin.
Miriam Neal. Miriam has been a passionate and committed member of Wish for Kids for the past 3 years and is a positive role model to the other officers and the club members. When you talk about sustainability of service, Miriam demonstrates this. She mentors the younger members of the club, encouraging them to take the lead, giving them opportunities to practice their leadership skills and continue to build the club, therefore supporting their mission. She has worked hard planning and organizing the continued direct service trip opportunities to Cebu to build the strong relationships within the community there. Because of her efforts, Miriam will see this relationship continue on for years to come. I appreciate Miriam was a driving force behind the school-wide fundraiser Wish for Tubuelan. It raised over 8,000 Sing dollars to help rebuild the community after Typhoon Haiyan. Miriam has demonstrated her skills and shares her wisdom and passion with Peace Initiative Club. Congratulations, Miriam.
Next is Linda's son, and thank you very much, Michael Kingan, for these words. The entire concept of service learning defines Linda's growth and maturity as a leader over the few years, especially this year. She was a founder of Youth Community Outreach 2 years ago, and she started informing this club making missteps. She was sort of naive in this process. But as she came through, her drive carried this to an amazing club that both does international service by traveling to China in the summer and also local service at the same time here in Singapore with orphans. She's worked effectively to motivate her fellow club members, and the club is very strong. And she's also helped to build teamwork so that each of her classmates in leadership roles were able to make valuable contributions to the club. She has this wonderful way of speaking and wonderful way of smiling and wonderful way of saying, I can do that. Thank you very much, Linda Sun, for your service.
Bina. Bina serves. According to the sponsor of Caring for Cambodia, in my 6 years sponsoring the Caring for Cambodia Service Club, I have never worked with a more active and service-minded president as Bina Parek. When I think of Bina, I think of the phrase, if you want to get something done, ask a busy person. Bina has skills to organize all things related to service clubs, fundraising, keeping in contact with the organization, being creative and promoting the mission of the club, and running meetings. She can also whip up a mean service trip, too. From organizing everything from hotel reservations to purchasing materials for the service project to the manual labor. Her dedication to the mission of her club is always in the forefront, and this is clear when setbacks happen because she perseveres and gets the job done. Bina's dedication to service is well established, and she is a deserving member of this award.
The next two recipients are Ramita Kondaputi and Catherine Lee. So I'm going to save some time by talking about them both at the same time. They are different individuals. Both are involved as leaders in multiple clubs at Singapore American School. But their mindfulness and their ability to research to find experts in Singapore on humanitarian and environmental issues, and then bring them into Singapore as guest speakers, both for the Jin Speaker Series and as experts in the Global Issues Network groups or gangs, facilitates the interplay between student and expert in the community. So these students have built the bridge between experts in our community, whether it's for healthcare, businesses, NGOs, entrepreneurs, engineers, people with bright ideas. They've gone to the hub, they've brought people and hubbers to Jin. They have been tireless in making these bridges. And this is one of the things that our Research and Development Committee is focusing in on, for us to have much more contact with local experts in our region. And these two girls have done that. So I'd like to thank them for that particular effort, as well as all their other hours of service. They're thoughtless. Thank you.
Okay, Serena. Serena Sun Clark has an extraordinary work ethic. That, along with a creative streak, makes her an invaluable officer and club member of SAVE Club. SAVE is a big and established service club, and Serena supports the sustainability of this club by organizing their programs and making sure the club's activities stay afloat. She has a real and deep feeling for environmental service, participating in the brown and green ecology of what that club does. She helps with campus recycling to supporting the Eco Garden. Not only is Serena environmentally aware, she also participates with the visually handicapped in the Sensory Trail and is a hardworking member in the Food from the Heart Club. In Food from the Heart Club, members go to hot, stuffy storage warehouses in Singapore where they pack up food for those in need right here in our own city. No matter what kind of service Serena does, she puts her heart into it. She's a deserving member of this award. And last is Rebecca Joyce. Rebecca is a true role model in leadership, dedication, and character. She's the only person in Wish for Kids history that has held an officer position for 3 years in a row. She quietly leads in service opportunities like the Wish for Tubuailan school-wide fundraiser. the county fair, and other club activities like the book drive. She is a dedicated member and supports the cause of Wish for Kids, this being demonstrated by her going on every service trip to Cebu since she was in 8th grade. This dedication has led for her to form positive, long-lasting relationships with the children in Cebu, a true sign of sustainability. Rebecca also gives time to others with her love of Irish dancing by teaching others this dance many hours a week. Thank you, Serena. Congratulations. Oh, sorry, Rebecca. Okay. Congratulations all. You can sit down.
Thank you, and now we'd like to call Dr. Chip Kimball to the stage.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to present a deserving student of the Bob Gross Student of the Year Award. This award was established in 2007 to recognize an 11th grade student that best exemplifies these three characteristics: academic scholarship, personal excellence, and the extraordinary care for others. This year's recipient is not only a committed, hardworking student and a natural leader, but also a thespian, an athlete, and a diplomat. This young man joined SAS in 7th grade and immediately embraced everything that SAS offer. Since 9th grade, he has been involved in numerous leadership positions, including being a leader on class council for each of the last 3 years. He is highly respected by both peers and faculty and is often looked for his thoughtful feedback. This young man is highly respected for his natural leadership, mature diplomacy, and his ability to listen and respect divergent thinking. When he speaks, others listen. But more importantly, he recognizes that his job is to listen to others. His peers feel comfortable talking with him because they know their views will be heard and listened to. He was selected to chair the student committee of the APEX proposal and has presented to both the faculty and the school board about developing a world-class wellness facility. He's one of 2 students selected to the creation of SAS's DSLOs, Desired Student Learning Outcomes, and was a member of the high school food committee looking at creative, healthy menu alternatives. He seems most comfortable speaking in front of large audiences, whether it's dressed in some ridiculous outfit for a pep rally or dressed in a suit and tie for the annual master ceremonies for our Star Appeal. This man loves to be in front of groups of people. One teacher says, "A tremendous exemplar of the core values is a great leader for our high school." Another says, "He is a positive role model who leads by example. He has consistent, happy, positive, enthusiastic demeanor and makes an effort to include everyone with all group activities." Another teacher sums it up by saying his contributions are best by saying, "SAS is a better place because of students like this young man." It's my pleasure and honor to present the Bob Gross Student of the Year Award to your next year's Executive Council President, Callum Nesbitt. Next up is Nanette Devens.
Fearless is the first word that comes to mind when I think about this year's Taylor Sage Award recipient. Since I've met her in 9th grade, she fearlessly marched to the beat of her own drum, and if you know her, you know that's true. She fearlessly gave her opinion as a 9th grader, even when some of the crankier upperclassmen did not appreciate the challenge. She fearlessly carried shows on her shoulders. She fearlessly stepped back and let other people shine. She fearlessly remained positive, even when the atmosphere was sometimes negative. She fearlessly gave her all on every single project, even when it meant coming to rehearsal when she was deathly ill this week, 2 days ago. She fearlessly pursued her true passions and made curricular choices that reflected those passions. She fearlessly sang, acted, directed, danced, devised, produced, and dreamed through her whole high school experience. It is for these reasons that I am very proud and pleased to present the Taylor Sage Award to Miss Anna Robeson. And next, I'd like to invite Eric Burnett up.
The Don Bergman Leadership Award is named after former Superintendent Don Bergman, who shepherded over the school in the early 1990s as we made the move to the Woodlands campus. This year's recipient taught us two characteristics of leadership that too often get overlooked. The first is resiliency. Resiliency not just in pursuing positions of leadership when that door sometimes was closed to her, but resiliency in holding true to her convictions. This young lady dances to her own 1950s musically inspired string and knows that her peers won't always embrace her values and ideals. None of us is immune to criticism, but she knows that even though her ideas might be met with initial skepticism or confusion, she knows the attainment of her goals will be worth the struggle. The second characteristic is the relative importance of title. You know her as your executive council president, but I will remember her for her moments outside of student council where she took on leadership positions. It was her advocacy in things like interim trip, design thinking. It was her times where she actually didn't have a position where I was truly impressed. In her own social life, she showed this as well. She has an inner drive to step up to fill a void when there is a leadership vacuum, all the while cognizant that there are other leaders in the room that have skills that she doesn't have. She's always cognizant to ensure she doesn't step on toes and that the strengths of others can shine through. This year's Don Bergman Leadership Award goes to Katie Wilhoit. I'd next like to invite to the stage Miss Diana Pratt.
I'm here to present an award known as the Blair Sonnenberg Humanitarian Award, and I feel very honored to be able to do this and to give this award. It's given to a senior who has taken the initiative to contribute time, energy, and talent to improve the quality of life for others. This student has been a positive role model, embraces diversity and tolerance, and demonstrates through words and deeds that every individual has intrinsic value. This award was established in 1997 in memory of Blair Sonnenberg. Improving the lives of others is what this deserving recipient of this award does, and she does it in a modest and unassuming way. She has worked tirelessly and with cheerful, soft attitude to motivate and instill passion in the service of others. She has done this in her role as president of the Service Council this year. She encourages and helps Service Council members to be effective leaders in their own service clubs. She cares deeply and believes in the direct service, herself being an outstanding member or caring for Cambodia and Special Olympics. She is an idea person and stands out in our minds as someone who can get a group of people to get it done, always with a sense of humor and a genuine humility. Please join me in honoring Yo-Yo Wang for the Blair Sonnenberg Award. Next up is Mr. Mark Swarsid.
The Burdell Wood Scholar Athlete Award annually recognizes two high school seniors, one male and one female, whose academic and athletic careers have been exemplary, whose personal standards and achievements are models to others, and who possess high levels of integrity, self-discipline, and courage. The award is in the memory of Frank Burdell and Kay Wood, respected members of the Singapore American community. This year's female recipient has played on an IASAS team in 11 out of 12 seasons. Her soccer coach says, as a player, you could always depend on her during games, and this calmed the team down, knowing that it would take something special for the other team to score. Her basketball coach adds, when we needed a basket to win, we went to her. Her softball coach contributes. She led her team not by words, but by action, hustle, and dedication. At IASAS, she did something that no one has ever done. She was officially up to bat 14 times and had 14 hits, including 6 home runs and 15 runs batted in, before the other team started walking her. This year's Burdell Wood Female Awardee finishes out her senior year in the same way as every semester of high school, doing very well in challenging academic classes. She is Chris Shandell Mariyama. Our next presenter is Kristen O'Connor.
Good morning. It's an honor to be here again today to present the Burdell Student Athlete Award. Interestingly enough, Burdell was actually Jim Baker's varsity softball coach, and so Baker and I have agreed that there is no more worthy recipient of this award than the one this year. This year's athlete played soccer, rugby, and ran track, and over the past 4 years has been selected to 8 IASAS teams. He has captained 4 of those teams. He also won the MVP for rugby this year. In his free time, he also took 7 AP classes and earned a GPA of over 4.0. No small feat, I must add. But this student athlete is so much more than the resume. He is the hardest worker on the team, on all his teams, and as a result, its fittest member without a doubt. But what really stands out to me, and I've had the privilege of coaching him for 4 years, is the way he's able to make his teammates better. Anytime you need him to, he is willing to put his teammates on his shoulders and show them that they can be successful, whether it's with a rugby ball in hand, cutting up defenses like a knife, or whether it's with a baton, taking on that anchor leg, all that pressure, passing people that are probably faster than him, but from sheer guts and desire, he's willing to pass them and bring his team victory. As a student, he is someone who is willing to always bring humor to the class to help his classmates understand. He is a rock, both on and off the field. It has been a privilege to coach you. It has been a privilege to teach you, and I feel so lucky to know you. Congratulations, Tommy Milne, this year's student athlete. And now, if Miss Martha Bacon could come to the stage.
Hello again. It's my pleasure to announce the winner for this year's Scott Cedar Ambassador Award. This award is given to a senior who has contributed the most to internationalism. The award's recipients' interest and involvement in other cultures and their people has been demonstrated through their actions. This person has a strong set of core values, has been a positive role model, contributes to the global community, and encourages others to pursue their dreams, making the world a better place. The award was established in memory of Scott Cedar, a graduate from the class of 1987. This award winner is a thinker, a leader, and a speaker. This person's speaking skills are exemplary, as her impromptu coach will attest to. And as those of you who were lucky enough to be in the audience during the ginseng Time to Act, Time to Change conference when she absolutely captivated all of the audience members. And I do recall that she made her mother cry. Her mother is here in the audience right now. I'm sure that she doesn't want to cry today. It's too late, she's lost it. This person's speaking skills are on her feet. She plans and prepares. She's lucid, she's articulate, and she's real. Leader. This person is a leader of her peers, not only of the ones at SAS, but across this island and throughout the Ear Coast region. She does this leading from a standpoint of being a member. She's learned some hard lessons throughout the years, and I've watched her gain some humility. And it's a hard thing for a leader to become a little bit more humble. But she's learned this, and she does this leading from a standpoint of membership. And finally, she's a thinker. You know, Ian Coppell told me the other day that this person was asking about what kind of books he had, and he said to me, "Are you going to get a book too?" And I said, "I think so, I'm not sure," because she hadn't asked me anything about a book. The book that this person gave me was a thinker's book. Nobel laureates, thinkers about the world and the problems in the world, and 22 ways to solve them, 22 different people. These people come from financial backgrounds or from wartime backgrounds. There are environmentalists and there's some economists, and amongst them, I think this person will have some pages of her own. This person is going to Harvard University. It seems like an amazing feat to me. And this person is absolutely huggable. She wears very strange rings on her hands, and she has some great design ideas for fonts. I'd like to give this award to Sarah Anderson. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Tim Stewart.
It is my great honor and privilege to present this year's Outstanding Female Graduate Award. The Outstanding Female Graduate represents the highest senior award. It is presented to a student who has been at SAS for at least 2 years and who exemplifies the highest qualities of academic scholarship, citizenship, contribution to the school, and community. The student who traditionally gets this award is the student that when you hear their name, you say, that makes sense. That student should be receiving this award. This may be a little bit different this year. Not because she's not outstanding, but because she's outstanding in so many different ways. A philosopher and a musician, a thinker and an activist, a reader and an actor, a singer and songwriter, an academic, a skateboarder, a hipster. Everyone on campus has caught a different glimpse of who she is. You may have seen her act, you have heard her sing, you have heard her passionate plea for social justice, and if you were lucky enough, you have experienced the depth of character from which her passion comes. Graduating with a GPA of 4.1 and heading to Columbia next year, this student has been a pure joy to have at SAS. Every day she makes our school a better place and challenges us to be a better person. She's a young woman who cares deeply about her school, her friends, and the world around her. This prestigious award was written with this student in mind. It is therefore my great privilege to present the Outstanding Female Graduate Award to Michael Tolk. I would like to invite Dr. Farney for the next award.
It is my great honor and privilege to present this year's Outstanding Male Graduate Award. The Outstanding Graduate Award represents the highest senior award and is presented to a student who has been at SAS for at least 2 years and who exemplifies the highest qualities of academic scholarship, citizenship, and contribution to the school and community. This year's winner has given so much to our school community in terms of scholarship, citizenship, and contribution that it's a rather absurd gesture to try to wrap it all up in a 1-minute speech. But just to give you the sampler platter of his efforts, he was an integral member of Peer Support, Math Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, Quiz Club, Debate, Robotics, Extemporaneous Speaking, Harvard Model Congress, and Model United Nations, just to name a few. This year's award recipient is the poster child for our core values of compassion, fairness, responsibility, honesty, and respect. He is a friend to all, a foe to none, and there's no doubt that he's way smarter than I am. And that's no joke. So without further ado, graduating with a GPA of 4.43 and heading to Princeton, you know him, you love him, Bras Sibren. Well done, Bra. And now back to Mr. Neihart for closing comments.
Hold it! Sit down! We have to thank a few people here, and then we'll be finished. You guys have been doing very well, but seriously, I want to say congratulations to all the recipients this morning, and also congratulations to all the parents who gave the DNA to these young recipients this morning. Please, one more round of applause. And I hope that some of you sitting in the audience listened very carefully to the presenters this morning, and I think you heard deeply from their heart from each one of them. They had some very kind words, some very accurate words for the recipients this morning, and I want to thank the presenters also for presenting this morning. Thank you. The person that put all the awards together, the medallions, the certificates, the PowerPoint, Margaret, please give Margaret a hand. I'd also like to recognize Paula Silverman and Paul Kebnick, because without them we wouldn't hear each other. Finally, I want to thank Izzy, our photographer. I want to thank you. I want to thank our maintenance men for putting the stage up. And lastly, audience, for being a great audience. Thank you very much, and now you can go.